One of the most significant events in the Islamic history is the event of Ashura, which took place in the land of Karbala in the year 680 CE. After an unfair battle, Hussain ibn Ali, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, and his small band of companions and relatives were savagely massacred by a huge army sent by the Caliph Yazid ibn Muawiyah, and Hussein's household was then taken captive. There is no doubt about Hussein's unparalleled position in Islam. Muslims from different sects have narrated the Prophet ﷺ's famous saying, "Hussein is from me and I am from Hussein," and "Hussein is the master of the youth of paradise." Nevertheless, those who killed Hussein under the pretext that he betrayed Islam perceived themselves as true Muslims. According to history, these people fought Hussein while they sought the reward of jihad in the way of Allah. Umar ibn Sa'd, the commander of the army against Hussein, addressed his men shouting, "Arise, O army of Allah, the glad tidings of paradise are upon you." Now, an important question arises. How did the Islamic society fall so far off the path that Muslims allowed themselves to partake in the killing of Hussein only 50 years after the death of the Messenger of God? One possible answer has to do with the profound transformation that the leadership of the Islamic society went through after the Prophet. Obeying the Caliph was gradually exalted to the extent that people began to equate the order of whoever was selected as Caliph with that of Allah, even if that meant disobeying the clear orders of God. So when the Caliph, Yazid, openly violated the principles of Islam, ordered the murder of the grandson of the Prophet, and ordered the bombardment of the Kaaba with catapults, many people just assumed it as an order of God, and that they should obey no matter how wrong the deed was. It is at this point where the existence of Islam was endangered, and the words of Hussein began to resonate. "My sole goal in this uprising is to reform the nation of my grandfather." The deviation in these individuals was rooted in interpretations of Islam which use wrong sources, in addition to compound ignorance based on self-righteousness and blind obedience of corrupt leaders. Inordinate worldly pursuits were also key elements which contributed to this deviation. For example, Umar ibn Sa'd was completely aware of the position of Hussein in Islam and was initially hesitant to participate in the fight against him, but he ended up fighting Hussein because he was promised governorship as a reward. Centuries later, the question before us remains: how would we have treated Hussain ibn Ali if we were to face him today? Would we have accompanied him? Would we have fought against him like those who got their religion from the wrong sources? Or would we have abandoned him like those who lost their hereafter to their worldly desires?